Hi, this is Kim with the Everyday Sage, and I wanted to pop on and talk about something this morning that I saw that I felt like was kind of disturbing but worth a conversation. I was scrolling social media this morning with coffee, and I ran across a page that I follow that is about basically aging over 50 and ways to be authentic and live your best life and all of that good stuff. And this page shared a video of the Victoria's Secret runway show with Kate Moss. Now, I don't follow that kind of entertainment. I don't care about that kind of entertainment because I'm just not interested. I'm like the Kardashians, all of that kind of stuff has just always been abhorrent to me, that somebody can become, they're innovative, right? They've gotten themselves to where they are, but they're so plastic. And that has just been so unappealing to me. It always has. And being authentic and being natural, I feel, is a better way to present yourself to the world, and also for self-acceptance and, internal happiness. How you feel shouldn't be based on those things. So anyway, that being said, this video had comments from people, men and women, talking about beautiful Kate Moss. She's a beautiful woman. And here's some of the comments that were being said about her. First one that got me was, "It's good they're representing the elderly, ? She's 50. Is she expecting? Did she eat too many tacos before the show? Beautiful walk, but totally dislike the open stomach area, not attractive for anyone." That one's not as bad, but still commentary on her body. Too old and saggy for that kind of walk. She looks uncomfortable and washed out. Let's see what else we have. Congratulations on her bundle of joy. And then this is the great one here by old Sergio. It says, "I wish these grandmas would just stay home miserable and liquors up," whatever that means. "This makes my eyes hurt. Bring back the young honeys." So that's kind of funny, right? And then also there was a plus size model that was in the show too. And so I was Googling, just looking around different channels or different, outlets, and seeing what other comments they had to make about this fashion show. And while there were many that were very approving of what they saw, they did not like the fact that there was a plus size model. So here's some of the comments about this woman's weight. Plus size and supermodel should never be used in the same sentence. Yes, they should call them supersize models instead. Somebody says hogs, just hogs, period. Blubber on the runway. Yeah, I noticed the pic of the water buffalo that wandered onto the runway too. And then, or use the term body positive. No, nothing positive about that. So, you see these comments, and I think most people, even if you look at it and you dismiss it, you're carrying that with you, right? There's the internal monologue that's going on in our heads all the time, and it's a natural thing to try to compare. And when you feel that somebody as beautiful as Kate Moss or any of these models that were on this stage, and bravely on the stage, I might add, if you're going to be that critical of her, then what would they think about the average person? And so this is where you've got to put a screeching halt to it and say it doesn't matter. It's just chatter. What does it matter what somebody else thinks about how you style your hair, or if you put on makeup, or if you have gray hair, or what your body looks like? It's nobody's business. And to let it affect you, which would be pretty easy to do, then you're going to carry this with you, every day. So here's what I think. I think that as we age, we need to be as authentic as possible. Be yourself. Like the person you are when you get out of bed in the morning, be that same person at noon, and that same person at 3, and that same person at 6, because that's who you are. Don't try to put on a face to leave the house. Try something really crazy, like go to the grocery store with no makeup on, or your hair pulled back off your face. Don't hide, because there's nothing wrong with who you are right now. There isn't. And it doesn't matter if especially, okay, I know I'm kind of rambling a little here, but I've just got so many thoughts about this, and overall, this is what my channel is going to be focused on, really, because I believe in authenticity and authentically aging and just being yourself naturally. And I think that if I think back to when I first grew my hair out in 2015, and I started, you know, colored my whole life. I've colored my hair. And when I was in my 20s and 30s, it was because it was fun and that's what I wanted to do. But then as I started getting older, I continued to color it, not because I was excited about this color or that color or a new change. I did it to cover the gray hair. You know, you would wait until your roots grew out, like, you know, about that far, and having to get it done again. Now, not doing that, there's a lot of pluses here. Aside from the fact that it's expensive and you're not putting any toxic chemicals on your body, then you get to wake up and be who you are every day. And it's an amazing feeling to stop caring about what other people think. When I first grew my hair back, I jumped away from that. When I first grew my hair out, I worked, doesn't matter where I worked. The boss that I had at the time, my employer at the time, it was my daughter's 27th birthday, and he heard me talking about it, and I was telling him about what we're going to do, and he goes, you know what it means that she's 27, don't you? It means you are an old bitch. And I remember thinking, oh my God, you know, I was 48 at the time. So it's just kind of nuts that the world is what it is today, that people are so free to say what their thoughts are, especially with this whole world of social media, and people can say anything they want about you, and they can talk about you. I'm fully prepared at any time for somebody to say something to me, because honestly, you know, I'm just going to give them an LOL probably, because it just doesn't matter. I wake up in the morning and I am the same person in the morning as I am at night. I go out. I don't think about stopping to put makeup on. I don't, you know, every once in a while, it's a really fancy, you know, shindig or something, I might put some mascara on. But I mean, as a rule, I go out the way that I am, and my hair is natural. And when I first started growing my hair out, it was so funny because people, I'd be like, oh, you're so brave. No, I'm not brave. I shouldn't be brave. It shouldn't be like a radical statement that I'm growing my hair out to be what's naturally coming out of my head, you know? But don't be scared. Don't be scared. Be yourself. Live authentically, and you'll find contentment. You'll feel peaceful when you stop worrying about it. And if it means getting off of social media and not looking at those kind of things, then stop it, especially in the beginning. You know, don't worry about the chatter. That's all it is. I mean, you're the one that has to live in this vehicle that we have, and, you know, the level of care that you give yourself. And I don't mean care as in plastic surgery and covering things up. I mean the care that you take of your body, the food that you put in your body, and the amount of exercise, and those things all matter. And it's important to be healthier and to be more active as you're aging. And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to be a healthier, happier version of myself as I'm aging. And I think that incorporates taking better care of yourself if you can, if you're in the position to do that. But just don't listen to all of the noise, and especially when it's coming from younger people. I mean, when you're in your 20s and 30s, you want to give them a little bit of slack, because, like, say a 25-year-old today has grown up with social media and filters and levels of perfection that the average human being cannot attain. And if you look at the fact that this kind of criticism from this Victoria's Secret show for Kate Moss, if people can rip her apart, then you getting your hair dyed and wearing contoured makeup to make your eyes look like they're going up, or, you know, whatever the contour, I've never contoured anything, but, you know, to do that is you're trying to avoid what's happening to her. And I just find that that's a really bad way to handle it. Like, I think that go about your business, go about your day, get up and go to the store and don't put makeup on your face, and don't worry about what anybody thinks of you. Nobody in a store, most people, say you go out to a store, most people don't, unless they know you intimately or have known you for a long time, they don't have any idea what you were like when you were 25 or 30. So you might have this monologue in your head going, oh God, I'm wrinkly, or I'm saggy, or I'm not like I was 25 or 30 years ago. But the people in the stores or the places when you're out, they don't know that version of you. They know what they see right now. And if you present yourself as confident and authentic, that's what they're going to see, And I just think that's a really good way to try and deal with aging. And I want more of that from my channel. This is what you'll see. You're not going to see makeup tutorials, and you're not going to see anti-aging creams, and you're not going to see ways to hide. You just want to be yourself and be natural. And thanks for sticking around and listening to my ramble about this, and poor Kate Moss, because it's just a really difficult situation to have to reckon with, that the world is like that. When you get up every day, walk around like you don't have a mirror, like you didn't look in the mirror. Can you imagine who we'd be if we didn't have a mirror in your home or your life every day? If you went out into the world and presented yourself as what you felt, not based on your appearance. Just imagine it, how different you might feel and the confidence you might exude. And I think it's a really good way to live. And I hope that you'll stick around with me and we can go through this together, because it's hard and it can be a little scary sometimes, but it's just the way it is. This is life. And if anybody who's got criticism like they have for Kate Moss, they're going to age too. If they're lucky, they'll age and their hair will turn gray. And none of it matters. It just doesn't matter. Just be yourself. Be authentic. Thanks for sticking around. Okay, thanks. Hey, one more thing. I want to hear what you have to say. Let me know in the comments, what are your fears about aging, and what are you scared of letting go of, and what do you feel is the most important part of aging and your appearance, and how any of that factors into your life and what it means, and also your opinions on social media and the way women are treated in general, and aging is treated in general. Because I want to know, I want to hear more, and I want to talk about this more. I want to continue this conversation because it's very valid and it's very important.